In the unheard homage of star patterns, where moonlight gently blankets the celestial space in a silvery haze, the constellation of Cancer, the embodiment of sensual depth and innate insight, sparkles mysteriously, bustling with the excitement of secret knowledge. Let us plunge into these fascinating depths of the astrological saga and attempt to decipher who you, the exalted Cancerians, were, shimmering in the air currents of bygone eras. We will call to our aid the obscure prophecies of Nostradamus, the consummate overseer of the mysteries of the future, who might have provided us with the key to unraveling the starry duck runes that connect Cancerians to their feathered altars of existence. Let's begin this fascinating excursion into history by encouraging you to participate in an extraordinary expedition of self-discovery, traveling between the decades of birth as if overseen by a kaleidoscopic mirror of the times. In the depths of each decade of the zodiacal sign of Cancer lurks a protective bird, like a guardian, gently fluttering its wings to dissolve into the fabric of your being. Discover with us these mysterious, intricately intertwined symbols and let their ancient wisdom become your guide to true self-expression and peaceful coexistence. Tune in to the wave of encounter with the mythical messengers of history, destined to re-establish their lives in the depths of your inner world. Take the courage to look beyond the veil of time, where the sign of Cancer acts as a conduit to the unique spirit of the feathered patron. Give yourself the opportunity to be filled with fresh intuition and a new direction in life. Be open to these hidden truths, as your journey along this starry road enhances the wonderful sense of vivid personal revelation with each step you take. The magical days of early summer, intertwined with the light rustling of leaves and the chirping of birds, greet us in the first decade of Cancer, which captures the radiant moments of the summer solstice, June 21st to July 1st. Unusually, but at this very apogee of daylight, when the sun seems to embrace the earth in its maximum splendor, nature unrestrainedly celebrates life. On those days when summer blossoms in all its full glory, Cancers who see the light of day during this period seem to be clothed in a mantle of mysterious majesty, which gives them the very coming of summer. The tenderness and care inherent in these individuals is embodied in the image of the dove, that majestic feathered bird that can sing their calmness and cordiality, as silently gliding in the sky, as the warm rays of the June sun gently touch the earth. Waltzing on the winds of peace and grace, the dove remains a sublime symbol of gentle peace and cosmic harmony, the true patron saint of those born under the sign of Cancer in its beautiful first decade. This noble bird reflects the desire of these individuals to weave a cocoon of coziness around them, an oasis of comfort, where peace and concordia reign. They are masters in the art of maintaining a peaceful dialogue, unfailingly serving as a bridge between hearts and minds. Ah, that emotional immersion! The dove, that ambassador of deepest emotion and unbreakable loyalty, becomes an echo in the souls of Cancerians, energizing them with emotional resonance and soulful devotion. So, like the empathy of these magnificent creatures, its wings envelope their ability to respond to another's pain and remain steadfast in their loyalty, be it to friendship or love. The Cancerians of this time period shine with rays of sincere affection and trust, as if reflecting the glimmer of the marvelous dove in their souls. Under the sign of the dove, how it affects the soul of Cancer. Sincere sympathy and immeasurable participation, Cancer, born under the patronage of the first decade, as if with the gift of sharing the abundance of their kindness and love, limitlessly pour warmth on those around them. Comparing themselves to the dove, carefully guarding their cozy corners and the younger generation of their tribe, these unwavering defenders and the support of loved ones are invariably a strong foundation on which to rely. Deep reverence for family foundations, the dove, symbol of domestic comfort and an indispensable guardian of family hearths, displays this truth especially clearly in the life of Cancer of this decade. The warmth of home and the magic of family evenings is what rises to the top of their values. Cancers never tire of savoring time spent in the bosom of the family and give it as meaningful a place as the dove who loves his nest. In the majestic pictures of the future that Nostradamus might have colored, the ancestors of the first decade of Cancer would have found an era of healing and harmony. Their inherent gifts are precisely the treasures that would allow them to invest this world with boundless goodness. He would no doubt describe them as bearers of light and goodness gently intertwined in their souls, just as the dove proclaims peace by flying into the heavens with an olive branch. As they gaze upon the symbol of the dove, may the Cancerians of the first decade realize the infinite value of their sensitivity and generosity of soul. May it be constantly clear to them how powerful is their ability to maintain calm and harmony in their surroundings, while remaining faithful to their loved ones. These noble souls, like guardian angels of a cozy home nest and family prosperity, possess hearts that are inexhaustible wells of love and light. Under the sign of Cancer, in its second 10-year milestone, July 2nd through July 12th, every moment is bathed in a special magic. These days fill Cancerians with an extraordinary depth of sensation and acuity of feelings, which cherish in their souls exceptional ability to intuition and emotional insight. As a symbol of such qualities is exalted Owl, the majestic patron saint of the night, whose gaze is directed into the heart of darkness and is able to recognize veiled world mysteries. As if sitting in the silence of the forest thicket, the owl embodies the wisdom and mystery, so inherent in the inhabitants of the July decade. They are like contemplators watching from the darkness, able to unravel the mysteries that are hidden from less attentive eyes. Owl serves as a true mirror for their inner world, suggesting that the true vision is often born not in the brightness of the day, and in the hidden corners of the night silence. May every follower of the sign of Cancer, belonging to the exciting second decade, find in the owl their spiritual guide. The wisdom of this mystical bird will guide them on the path of unraveling the secret trends of fate and will allow them to see the most important truths that so often elude a superficial glance. Shifted by the fog of time, like an owl flying over the frost-covered taiga, the crayfish will find its way to the light through the darkness of the unknown. The mesmerizing protector of the second decade is the embodiment of wisdom and hidden feelings. In the heart of the night, where darkness reigns supreme, the wise owl endows Cancerians of this period with his valuable gift, the amazing ability to see through the darkness. This ability symbolizes Cancer's unsurpassed inner perception, giving them the ability to sense hidden truths and penetrate to the very essence of the hidden. Just like the vigilant owl, who is adamant about bringing security into their domain, the Cancerians of the second decade are unshakable guardians of their personal world and dear to their hearts. They jealously guard their intimacy and do not often reveal their soul to outsiders, mesmerizing others with a halo of mystery and irresistible mystery. Owl's enigmatic touch on the character of Cancer. Contemplation of the abyss. In this period, Cancer will certainly plunge into the mesmerizing depths of intellectual pursuits, seeking to unravel the unfathomable mysteries of existence. Their introspective immersions may be illuminated by sparks of insight, echoes of the mysteries that the owl embodies. The theater of emotions in the soul of Cancer. In addition, the mystical owl opens the curtain to the complex emotional labyrinth inherent in the Cancerians of this decade. Their inner feelings often reach such depth and contradictory that it is a real mystery for the rest of the world to unravel this Shakespearean feelings. In a world of mysteries and riddles, Nostradamus could assign Cancerians of the second decade a significant role, to stand guard over ancient riddles that mysteriously escape the public eye. The owl, the noble symbol of their intercessor, could be exalted not merely as an emblem of insight, but as a sign of their eternal obligation to pass on invaluable knowledge and customs to posterity. In the moonlight, the Cancerians of the second decade, illuminated by the wisdom of the owl, may regard a stage in their lives as a tantalizing vocation. This calling incites them to judiciously apply their intuitive faculties in the search for faith and to use their wisdom for the sake of protecting all that is sublime and inviolable to them. Recall your intuition, how it leads through the abyss of ignorance like a torch and spreads light and warmth along with boundless love settling deep in your hearts. In the midst of hot July, from the 13th to the 22nd, the golden age of summer reaches its climax in the heart of the sign of Cancer. It's a time when emotions are saturated with brightness and depth, reminiscent of evenings bathed in the warm light of the sun emanating over the horizon. The air trembles in anticipation of evening mysteries, and in the sky resounds the cry of the crane, a noble bird that, like the embodiment of great wisdom and thoroughness, majestically spreads its wings, being the ideal patron for those born under the last decade of Cancer. The embodiment of refinement and nobility, like the delightful crane, which strikes the imagination with its elegant appearance and mesmerizing dances. The Cancerians born under the sign of this third decade radiate greatness of soul and strive for the harmony of the world and its impeccable beauty. The embodiment of wisdom and steadfastness, the symbol of the cultural saga, the crane, which is associated with many peoples as a sign of longevity in deep wisdom, is reflected in the Cancerians of this time period. They are distinguished by their clairvoyance of mind and a special knack for long-range strategy, as if they were drawing inspiration from the endless expanse of the vast sky. The mysterious dance of fate, when the crane flies through the heavens, leaving behind an echo of stability, he unwittingly influences those born under the sign of Cancer. Following their nature, Cancers of this time pay homage to patterns and values, which makes them unspeakably close to the image of this bird, the epitome of devotion and steadfastness. Like the crane, they carry the flame of loyalty that lights the way to harmony in the family circle. Elegy of the soul, in anticipation of the tranquility achieved, Cancerians find an echo of their inner spectrum of feelings in the tranquility of the crane. This time period opens the door to self-sufficiency for them, instilling the deepest sense of serenity that sets the pace for soulful harmony. The relentless search for balance under the cover of the wise crane gives Cancer an oasis of peace of mind in the maelstrom of everyday life. In the magical palette of foresight of the great Nostradamus, let us imagine that he would weave into his mysterious lines zodiacal symbol of the sign of Cancer. Through the prism of time he could say that the third decade awaits us, which has become an era of stability and spiritual upsurge. Imagine a crane, a majestic messenger of heaven, which flies in azure heights, constantly in search of the highest aspirations and ideals. Like the crane, it could become a symbol of the sublime flight of the human soul, always dreaming of the unknown and beautiful. In the heart of the third decade of the sign of Cancer, we can feel the majesty of the crane, a symbol of wisdom and nobility, which inspires Cancerians to become true pillars of strength and support for themselves and loved ones. A period is open before them when it is important to strengthen family ties, cherishing ancient traditions and carefully weaving a network of warm relationships, which gives their existence an enduring value and enriches it. Walking the path of life, Cancerians can and should strive to create harmony in all aspects of their being, realizing themselves as part of a vast world and taking their soul essence to a new level of elegance and refined wisdom. They can embody the virtues of the majestic avian spirit, imbuing every step they take with nobility and poise. Let us immerse ourselves in the mystical space of the prophecies of the great Nostradamus, where star constellations embroider motifs of predestination, and astrological signs are clothed in robes of mysterious forces and omens. Although it is not documented that Nostradamus associated astrological symbols with invasions of past ages or feathered creatures, let us revive on our minds his possible vision of how the sign of Cancer is interconnected with avian entities. Nostradamus' philosophical approach to the zodiac signs. Let us imagine our imagined predictions originating in the connection between star patterns and the characteristics of the Cancer zodiac. The brilliant Nostradamus, whose texts are saturated with abundant metaphors and indirect hints, could have interpreted that each part of the Cancer period embodies its own special spiritual patron in the form of a bird, serving as a key to comprehending their peculiar destiny and invisible talents. Let us plunge you into the mystical world of foresight created for Cancer as if it came out of the pen of Nostradamus himself. Where the water element peacefully embraces the moonlight. Under the sign of Cancer will arise one who has hidden a bird in his soul. This period in the power of the dove will find cosmic harmony. And then the owl, the wisdom of the path, will illuminate him through the darkness. Finally, the crane's panting flight will carry his spirit to the stars. Admire these words, they are like a whimsical weaving of the mauve of dreams in which Nostradamus could display the inscrutable emotional acuity and shy character of Cancer, splicing them with images of celestial patrons reflecting their inner essence and their destined roads. Based on this interpretation, representatives of the sign of Cancer could find the key to realizing their own life missions and draw in it the spark for progress in self-improvement. Each decade reveals an individualized route to the depths of self-awareness, providing the patron bird as an embodiment of intimate character traits and spiritual aspirations. In closing, I wish that these insights of destiny become for Cancerians not only a narrative of the past, but also a headlamp pointing the way to a more intense and creative existence. They are like a compass in a pool of deep experiences and mystical insights, in which each representative of this zodiacal sign is able to hear the echoes of his or her own incomparable insight. As we approach the finale of our magical journey through the halls of Cancer's starry imagery, our gaze is lifted to the majestic heavens. There, in the heights, the gates of the air-dwelling spirits and the echoes of lives lived merge into a magnificent ball between karma and the predestined path. Although Nostradamus' mysterious revelations are no more than flesh from the fabric of our imaginations, they have inspired, revitalized archaic signs, stimulating the brain to ponder the unknown depths of the soul and the hidden pathways of the subconscious. Through the prism of time we gazed at the dove, owl, and crane, winged guardians who can serve as protectors of Cancer, conditioned by the moments of their first breath of life. With their lofty symbolism, they represent the unbridled tenderness, deep wisdom, and relentless pursuit of the high ideals of harmony that is an integral part of every Cancer's essence. They remind us that under the mysterious cover of night and in the labyrinth of twinkling stars, each soul radiates a unique glow and carries within it that spark of divine origin. In the final court of this fantasy excursion, we remind Cancerians with the greatest tenderness that their journey is not a simple following of astrological predictions, but an intimate dive into the depths of their own souls, exploring the mysterious rooms of the heart where true emotions reside. In this labyrinth of self-revelation, each new step can unfold before you immense space for love, care, and spiritual peace. May this magical tapestry of astrological images of Cancer on the creation of its legend with the same affection and loyalty that embodies the birds, clothed in symbolic robes. And let every representative of this sign feel enveloped by the loving support of the starry firmament on the way to true happiness and personal embodiment of their talents.